Hey everyone, my name is Corinne. Welcome to my channel, Corinne Cooks. Today I'm going to be attempting to make Trippa alla Ragusana, which is a dish I've never made before, and I've never made tripe before, and I'm not a professional chef. I'm just attempting this for the first time, so we'll see how it goes. So these are all the ingredients. As you can see, we have lamb tripe and beef tripe. The recipe called for 750 grams of mixed tripe, so this is what I ended up with after searching for tripe in so many different stores. Also notable is the caciocavallo cheese. So because it calls for 750 grams of tripe, I'm going to use this entire portion, which is about 500 grams, and then I have to measure about 250 grams of the lamb tripe. The first step for cleaning it is to rub salt all over it, so that's what I'm going to do first. Here we go with the salt. It's not coming out very well. So I've noticed two things so far. I needed to switch to a finer grained salt because I didn't realize how big these chunks were. They were just falling off. And I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to cut off these fatty parts in like other parts that don't look like the honeycomb. So this is what the tripe looks like after I poured a lot of salt on it, rubbed it in, and cut off the excess parts. The next step is to rinse it in vinegar, such as this distilled white vinegar, which I can't show on camera because I need to use both my hands, but I will be doing that. So I realized in the meantime I needed to soak the lamb tripe in water acidulated with lemon juice, since it needs to happen for an hour apparently. So it looks like there's still more impurities in the beef, so I'm gonna have to salt it again and rinse it with vinegar again. Here we go. So the next step is to boil the beef tripe in heavily salted water, which is basically the last step of cleaning, and that's for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's going to boil. So while the meats are soaking or boiling, I'm going to chop the vegetables. The celery and the carrots get chopped into full thin slices, and the onion is chopped into half slices. So I set the vegetables aside for now, and the beef is done boiling, and I just taken out the lamb and rinsed it, so now it's time to boil the lamb. The lamb is now starting to boil, and I just rinsed the boiled beef tripe. Now it's time to cut it up into small pieces. So I chopped the beef tripe into strips, as you can see. And while the lamb is still boiling, I'm going to start preparing the herbs. Pretty much I'm just going to scrape these leaves off of the thyme and chop the parsley up. So now that the lamb is done boiling, I'm going to chop it into strips, just like the beef, and measure out 250 grams. So I ended up with less lamb tripe than I thought. I think it's because I cut some of it off, but that doesn't seem to account for all the weight in my calculations, so I am a little confused. Nevertheless, I do believe we will have 750 grams total. I'm also going to cut the beef tripe further, so some of these long pieces will be like shorter. And then I'm going to weigh it all to make sure it's the right amount, so the ratios will be correct. So I ended up with more like 500 grams of tripe at the end since I had to cut some off, but I'm sure the recipe will be good anyway, even though it's a little less. Now I'm supposed to boil it for 5 minutes with the bay leaf. So I'm gonna dump it in off camera so I don't splash myself. And don't forget to put the bay leaf in. Now it's time to drain and rinse all of the tripe. So I'm doing it this way because I can't lift the pot and dump it in there without dumping the water all over myself. And then I can rinse it in the colander, obviously. Just gotta throw out the bay leaf also. So the next step is to heat some olive oil in a pan. They don't really tell you the level of heat, so just gonna go with medium. And I'm gonna saute all of the vegetables. Just gonna mix everything into the oil. So this says to cook the vegetables until they're a little wilted. I feel like they might be. A little wilted is vague to me. I think they are. Okay, and then the next step is adding the walnuts and the almonds. Now it's time to add the tripe. Mix it in. Now it says leave it for 8 to 10 minutes. Just sauteing like this. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper at this stage, because why not? It can only help. So now it says to add 4 peeled tomatoes and a little of their preserving liquid. So I'm gonna do the liquid first, because it's getting dry in there. Actually, I might pour it. And then it says to break up the tomatoes by hand. Just gonna do that as I put them in. It just splattered all over me, so that was lovely. Something to keep in mind for the next tomato. And yes, it did say to break them up by hand, so I don't know. Okay, that's how we got the juice to go in the pot. So after 3 minutes, it's time to cover it with beef broth. I'm using beef bouillon and water. So I'm gonna start by just putting some water in, and then putting in like 2 teaspoons of the beef bouillon. And then it also says at this stage to add the cinnamon, thyme, pepper, and salt. I already added a lot of salt and pepper, so I probably shouldn't add more. But yeah, let's get the thyme in there. So I think it's gonna need like more water / broth. I don't know, they don't tell you how much broth, so we're just winging it. Also, I'm going to cook it covered so it doesn't dry out. So this is what it looks like after about an hour of cooking. It's looking pretty good. I'm not sure if it's soft enough, so I'm gonna try a piece. I'm letting this cool off. I'm kind of terrified. I hope I washed it well enough and that it's fully cooked. It is pretty good. It can probably be cooked a little more, but it's fairly soft, so hopefully not much longer. So this took forever, and I'm not sure that it's as tender as I would like, but I need to sleep, and I can always cook it more tomorrow and just try a bowl now, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, I'm just gonna put part of the finishing toppings on, since I'm gonna maybe cook the rest tomorrow. So it's just a pinch of parsley, some lemon zest, and some grated caciocavallo cheese. So this is what it looks like in the bowl with the parsley, lemon zest, and the caciocavallo cheese. Can't really see the lemon zest, but it's there. I'm really excited to try it. It looks amazing. It's still a bit chewy, but like it tastes really good. Like I actually don't even mind, even though I usually do mind chewiness. But this is amazing. I'm excited to like cook it more tomorrow. Have it be softer. It's so good. Like it's just amazingly flavorful. I don't know how else to put it. Maybe because I put a ton of salt, but also because it all cooked for like 2 hours at least in total, with all the different cooking periods combined. Thank you for watching me on this journey to learn how to cook tripe in general and Trippa alla Ragusana. I am so exhausted and I barely slept last night. I can't believe I made it through this, but like it was totally worth it because this is amazing. So thank you for watching. I don't know if I said that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.